3, 2, 1. Dímelo, mi gente. It is your girl, La Loca, Radio 103.9. We're here at the Hackensack. We got cameras here. We got cameras everywhere.
Okay.
We're at the Hackensack Meridian Health Stage 17. I am so happy to have Egypt from Flipping Virgins, not one of the other shows on HGTV. It's Flipping Virgins, but not only like as a radio personality that respects and like just looks up to you. She was a radio personality, actress, writer, author, right?
Yes.
Now you are a director, executive producer and host of her own show. Welcome
Thank
to
you.
Hackensack Meridian Health Stage 17.
And make sure you get it right.
Yes.
In that order.
In that order. I know as an executive producer, you on your list, like, did you say this? You need to correct this, or did I say this? Because you executive produce your own show.
I do now. Now, the way it works is we have 3 executive producers. So there's the production company, one from the network, and then there's myself. And so it's definitely something that was earned through blood, sweat, and tears. It's not given. As a matter of fact, it was not the precedent for the network to allow hosts to also executive produce their shows unless you have a production company. So it's something I'm proud of. You know how you just add that extra little stripe on your shirt?
Hell yeah. And in radio, like sometimes we think that's the end all be all. And how long you were doing radio for? In the teens. I don't want to put 20.
No, it's okay. It's all right now.
Okay. Now you own it.
I started radio when I was 18 years old in Philadelphia. Oh, wow. That's where I went to college.
Yeah. And you were a receptionist, am I correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I was a receptionist at the radio.
When I was trying to get into radio.
Okay.
When I was trying, because you got to study, where you want to get into. So,
It was never my dream, though. That's the craziest thing. It was not my plan for my life. It wasn't on my wish list to be a radio personality. I was a receptionist to work myself through school. And I didn't know what I wanted to do after that. So I majored in communication. That's what...
But that's a fallback plan.
But you know how sometimes you have a plan for your life and God has a plan for your life? And I just kept getting promoted and kept getting opportunity after opportunity in radio. So I said, well, maybe this is what you want me to do. But I think we all kind of reach a crossroads in our life when we have to evaluate things, where we are. Are we happy? Are we pursuing our passion? And it takes some of us a long time to really figure out what that is.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay. Everybody doesn't figure it out by their second year of college.
Oh, no. It was late 30s.
Yes.
Now I'm going into my 40s trying to figure it out.
But for me, it was real estate, and it was about making my wealth grow for me and helping other people realize that there are other ways to earn wealth here. You don't have to just have earned income. As a matter of fact, you'll never get rich on a salary. You've got to find many different ways, many different streams of income, and have residuals on top of that if you really want to break the mold. Otherwise, we're just passing down generational debt.
Yeah. So you said when you were getting into radio, you didn't know what you wanted to do yet. But then at what point did you decide you want to start doing real estate when you were doing radio? Because you were very successful in radio and slaying it with no radio face because you have TV face.
Thank you. You do as well.
Oh, thank you.
You do.
Dr. Berger, hey,
yeah, girl. All right. So truth be told, just unadulterated, I realized I had to do something different the very first time I was unemployed, standing on that unemployment line waiting for my benefits.
This is after radio.
This was after I had been on billboards in New York City.
Oh.
I was on BET, and you reach that point where, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Like it can all just be gone, because they flipped the format or they downsized
or new program director
or they want to syndicate your day part,
cheaper.
Right? All of a sudden, you're just there. Like, what am I doing with my life? And I was standing on the unemployment line right here in Manhattan. I was somewhere in my 20s, and I said, this is not going to work. I can never, ever allow someone else to hold my destiny, my life in their hands like that. And that is when I decided, Plan B in action. But Plan B quickly became Plan A because I fell in love. I got bit by the real estate bug.
But you were doing just real estate? You wasn't buying houses. You ain't doing what you're doing now, right? You just got in there showing houses?
No, I started flipping houses. I was flipping houses over in Newark, New Jersey.
Okay.
Once I got back in the radio, I went over to another radio station here. But I kept in mind how that felt to be unemployed. And so I started flipping houses over in Newark. They were essentially giving away houses, the dollar houses. If you could pay the taxes on them, you could have it.
Oh,
Because
wow.
that's how many houses were sitting around back then. And that's when I got into the business. But if you're a business mind, you start thinking, how can I increase my profit and lower my costs? And it was by getting my real estate license so I could keep my own commissions.
Okay.
And the next thing you knew, I started doing both. And so I would do my day part on the radio, and I'd leave and go show houses or go flip houses or check on them. And that was the side hustle.
Get it. And see, people don't understand. Like, they think just because you're on the radio, you can't do 50 million. We have to to survive. Now, when did we finally turn your flipping houses side job into television, where we are enjoying you now on HDTV?
Thank you. Well, it didn't happen overnight. I was on the radio, and I got a phone call from a casting director who was looking for a new host of a show that was already on HGTV, and I thought it was my producer played a prank on me because I literally just said to him, this is how I say speak life, speak what you want into the universe. I literally just said to him, I was watching this show, Property Virgins. I love that show. I'm addicted to it, but I think they're filming it in Canada. I wish they would film in the
Here in New
U.S.
York?
I just said that to him. I get a phone call. Someone said, would you ever think about hosting Property Virgins? I said, ha ha, click.
Stop.
Click.
No. That was your blessing. And you said, thank you, God, but hell no.
Ha ha, click. And I thank God opportunity knocked more than once. And God has a sense of humor because they call back. And my producer was like, what did you just do? I said, that was you. That was you.
Yeah.
He said, that was not me.
Oh, hell no.
So next thing you know, I'm the host of this great show that I'd been watching. And then we do 256 episodes of it. It's been an amazing ride. But during that time, I'd also gotten pregnant, had a baby. I was married. So life was happening in the middle of my career, as it should. And I decided that I wanted to take a leap of faith.
And you just left it all to the back and went.
I had to. It was driving me crazy trying to balance motherhood, being a wife, you know, how you do it, changing diapers, hanging from the chandelier, running a business and meeting my day part and doing it. It was something was going to give because no matter how super we think we are as women, and we often do think we can handle it all, it's inevitable something is going to fall to the wayside. Something's going to fail. Even if you don't realize your relationship is failing or, you know, your child needs you more. I had to give up something. And you know what? After 18, almost 19 years of working in radio, an amazing career.
A lot of fun.
I wanted to bet on myself.
And it was a great bet.
Hey.
The house one, which is you.
Hey.
And now how long have you been doing flipping virgins? Because now you're not with Property Virgins.
No. So
It's
Property
flipping.
Virgins, Property Virgins was never formally retired. Flipping Virgins came in and took over.
Well, it was in your part for with
I
it.
would love to see Property Virgins come back, though, by the way, because the fans want Property Virgins back. They tell
I
me.
could do it for you if you want. I just don't know nothing. Because
That's not
now
gonna
I'm
work.
learning.
If you don't know nothing about real estate,
well,
that's
you're
not gonna
teaching
work.
me every day on
Okay.
flipping virgins, which is, I mean, that's one thing I think everybody loves about your show is that you keep it honest and you tell us from beginning to end how to get it and why we would want it, why we wouldn't. And
Tough love with a hug.
Yeah.
That's what I call it. You know, I got to give it to you straight, but I'm going to try to put a little cherry on top of a little hug. Everybody needs a woo, 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 a little all sugar, sugar.
Yeah.
But Flipping Virgins came into play because I kind of saw the writing on the wall. The show had been on for a long time. The network itself, HGTV, was turning more into renovation and design instead of real estate. So, if we want longevity, we got to shift with the times. Let me see how they feel about me going back to my roots of flipping. You know, and then all these flipping shows came while we were actually in development.
I'll get out.
But then I said, okay, but this is still going to be perfect because you've got all these shows telling people about flipping, but none of them are showing them the good, the bad, and the ugly.
And the ugly, yeah.
So that's what Flipping Virgins does, and I teach you how to protect your neck so you don't lose. You know, you people out here gambling their life savings because they think it's easy. It's not.
Yeah, I told you off the mic, I tried getting into it. I didn't have a lot of money, but because I got a little lawsuit, I said, I'm going to do this. It ain't nothing.
Wait, say it again. I'm going to do this.
I'm going to do this. I'm gonna buy me this little condo. I'm gonna fix it up. I put way too much money into it. Like $20,000, 40, maybe even 50.
What was your
over.
plan? Did you have a plan going into it?
No.
Did you work a formula?
No. I just said I'm gonna buy this. I was gonna curse. Piece of house, and I'm gonna tell my brothers, come in, let's fix it. My brother knows how to paint. I was like, it's gonna be so hard. It's, I'll get extra money, but
you got to know the formula first. Yeah. Never do that. Never get emotionally attached or just find something you think is cute and can fix it. Because there really is a rhyme or a reason to why we choose certain properties to flip and why we don't choose others. And I can choose an ugly house that people just don't see. I don't see it, Egypt. I don't see why this one. The other one was so cute, Egypt, but this one has the money in it. This one, the formula makes sense.
So wait, I know you can't give us the full formula.
Well,
but,
I do on my show.
Oh, no, I know. I didn't know if you wanted to do it right here. Because is it going to be that long? Yeah, I was going to say, we got the show. But, like, give me just one gem. Make sure y'all watch HGTV, the times and days.
Oh, it's Mondays at 9 Eastern, 8 p.m. Central on HGTV.
So make sure you watch it so you get the full formula.
And I'm trying to figure out which camera I'm looking at.
Oh, it's all of them. All of them.
Cameras.
It doesn't matter. But that one's my good friend, but here in the middle. Let's rock with the middle one.
Okay.
So what is one gem that you could at least, for somebody that can whet their palate for when they want to buy a house and flip it?
Sure. ARV. You got that? Those are 3 letters you need to know by heart if you want to be in flipping. ARV. After reno value. You start with that before you do anything else. You have to work backwards. When you buy a house that you're going to live in, you become emotionally attached to it. You don't care about all that stuff. But now this is a business you're trying to run. It's an investment. So you need to know, what can I get for this when it's done? It starts there. Then you say, what are they asking for it? And then whatever that number is in between. So if they're asking this, but you can sell it for this, what is that cushion in between? That has everything to do with how much you have to reno and how much you have left for profit. And if all of that's taken up in reno, that's not a good flip.
You just spoke French to me, and I loved it.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Voulez-vous coucher avec something? Okay.
Oh, see, that's why I didn't succeed
à la
on
manger.
I sucked at the flipping houses part. I'm horrible.
She's laughing because
she knows it. What did you say?
No, you know that little place around here you go and get your food, the pret a la manger?
The pret. Yeah.
And I said, what does that mean in English? We still haven't figured out what that means.
Oh, I don't even know. I just know that they got a good, they have a good soup in there. Tomato soup, delicious.
Yes,
I love to eat. So now, how long you been in Flippin' Virgin now?
Okay. I have hosted it now for 3 seasons.
And that is like 3 years or like 1 year, 2 years,
No, it's
4
like
years?
it's like 2.5 years.
2.5
years.
years.
The way seasons work, it's not necessarily a year. Sometimes you can have 2 seasons in a year, but this show takes about 7 months to film all the episodes. So it's about 2.5 years.
Yeah. So what do you like best, hosting or executive producing?
Definitely hosting. Definitely. You know how sometimes you ask for and pray for things and you get them and you're like, whoa, this is a lot. This is a lot. But I enjoy being a part of the creative process and having say that is respected now. And actually they look to me for certain, to solve issues and problems. And, that's great. It's great to feel like you're in a place where no one else can figure it out but you.
Okay.
But then sometimes you're like, damn,
I need somebody
nobody else can figure it out except for me.
And then you got to sit there and break it down, set it up, and you be like, nobody understands your vision.
But I have an
you.
amazing network and an amazing production company, all super talented people, super capable people, and it just wouldn't exist without them, obviously. So I'm just grateful that they gave me a chance to spread my wings because, again, this is a production company. My company is Cineflix. They found me on the radio. And they grew with me and I grew with them. But then they gave me an opportunity to shine and do my thing. And I'm grateful for that because it doesn't come like that for us.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, not ever, but not anymore now because now they want a lot of people that have already built themselves like YouTubers, Instagrammers, and they got 50 million followers, 100 million followers. And they're like, okay, that's who we. Yeah. I was like, did they buy it? I work. I'm here. I know how to read. I know how to write. All that good stuff.
They learned all those little algorithms.
Yeah, lucky rats. But I mean, not lucky because they put in work too. But when I remember hearing when you first bought your first house, you cried, you bawled out. Mm-hmm. So when you
did your research
a little bit.
No one asked me that before.
No.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm happy to do my work. Mm-hmm. Now you became the executive producer. How did that feel when they told you like, we're gonna give this to you?
No, it wasn't. It didn't say we're going to give this to you. We
negotiate it. You negotiated, but when they came to you the negotiation.
Eventually, we got there. We'll just leave it there. Eventually, we got there. It was fulfilling, but it was like, all right, now let's work. I didn't cry. It wasn't like I won the lottery. No, and it's just part of your growth in business, right?
Yeah.
So as a real estate flipper, I grew into an agent. And I grew from an agent. I got my brokerage license. I grew from that. Now I'm hosting a show, and then and so it's just natural progression and growth. Like I can tell already there's another calling for you. You're in radio, but I can tell that you're called to do something else. Only you can figure out what that's going to be.
Yes, Lord.
Right. But
I accept
to
it.
me, like radio, all those years of being able to work and be comfortable around a microphone and be able to really be authentic with people, that prepped me for this stage in my life. But I don't think it ends here. There's something else that God is calling me to do. And I'm just going to let him use me. Take me where you want to take me. But there's something that is you're going to be called to do in your life. I don't know what that is, but, it's preparing. He's preparing you now.
Thank you for that one, because I so needed to hear it. Every day in radio, one day you're like, yes, or the ratings, the books come in, and you be like,
don't live by that. Don't live by that.
No, I try not to. Oh, yeah, no. I try not to, but you can't help to, because it's almost like, it is like television, because you guys get ratings too. So how do you, as a woman, as an African-American woman, continue on a TV show, which a great network, great show, but knowing all the things that are happening in the entertainment field?
I would be lying if I said, it doesn't bother me. I just, I would be lying. I cry a lot. That's very human. My makeup artist, Bridget, is over there. She'll tell you she's always fixing my mascara because we are human. We have frustrations. We're affected. Sometimes if someone says something in your timeline, you might act like, whatever, I don't care, but it affects you. I mean, we break. We're fragile, right? But what's important is when we break, that we put ourselves back together again. Like there's this saying, are you going to cry or are you going to boss up? Well, I'm going to do both.
Yeah.
First off, I'm going to cry,
at home,
then I'm going to boss up.
Yeah.
And that's okay because it builds character and it strengthens us. It strengthens spirit.
Okay, and now we're on season 5,
No,
4.
3.
Damn it! Why am I getting these numbers? Look at this. I was
thinking about Property Virgins. We're on season 3 that just this past Monday we just aired episode 1 of season 3.
So what can we expect in this new season?
Well, high stakes. A lot of tension, but a lot of fun. Like my Flipping Virgins, I think they have developed a super confidence in me, and so now they're like, whatever you say, Egypt, and I'm like, that's still your money,
Yeah.
That's,
so you
still your
really,
money.
when people get on this show, are you with them from beginning to end? Like even after the show is wrapped up, do you still chill with them?
Oh,
and
yeah.
deal with them?
Yeah, I'm still selling the houses that we just finished filming. So it literally is from beginning to end. You come to us, we determine if you would make for good television and, if we'll cast you and if you have your budget together and if you're serious about learning how to flip houses. And then my team, my real estate company, will take you and we'll match you up with an investment property we found for whatever your budget is. Then we flip it. We flip it, and whatever profit is made that we show on the show, I don't keep that. The production company or network doesn't keep that. They keep it.
Get out. Go ahead. I thought I would have kept it. I was like, hey, God, I'm sorry, but you blessed me with
I
this.
can't keep someone else's money. That's their investment. They own it. But the joy and the reward is being able to do a great episode, teach people, and I get paid from my company.
Yeah.
So I don't need your money. I need to see you win. You win, I get another season.
See, that's why you stay blessed. You stay blessed all day. Now, what's one of your from now on the third season? What's one of your favorite episodes?
Oh, that's
one
so
of
hard.
where you're like, oh my God, this one right here.
That's hard. All of them have a different story. I would probably have to say I really enjoyed an episode we aired last season, a mother and daughter team. They were flipping, and they were flipping in a part of town where everybody thought it was going to be a challenge. Just it's never going to sell. It was a house that was almost 130 years old of some sort, and it started out as a 1-bedroom, 1-bath house. Who buys 1-bedroom, 1-bath houses? You might buy a 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo, but there was so much to do in this house, but we stayed on budget, and we brought this baby back to life. Ryan and Denise, that was their name. You remember Ryan and Denise? So she did it all while she just had an infant. She literally just had a baby before we started.
Yeah.
So I'm watching her the whole time. She's had a C-section, and she's trying. I'm like, no, don't throw the sledgehammer. I got it.
She's like, no, I could do this.
And she was doing it.
For
And
real?
I was like, I cannot be held responsible. She still got stitches, but she did not want to hear anyone tell her she couldn't do it. And when I said they made almost $100,000 in profit, and we turned a 1-bedroom, 1-bath into a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and a floor plan that really made sense. That house sold in 2 days.
What's one of your most challenging house flipping episodes?
One of the
Flipping
most
virgins.
challenging, probably one you're going to see this season. The house was smiling. Have you ever seen a smiling house?
No. Where it's down and everything else is coming up.
The
it's singing?
foundation was compromised. It was sinking.
Yeah.
So when you looked at the house, the roof line, instead of going straight, smiled at you.
Get out.
It was literally sinking in the middle, and we had to solve that problem. And yeah, the house is supposed to close tomorrow.
So they bought it.
They bought it. We fixed it. It sells. It's under contract. It closes tomorrow.
And so it's not smiling anymore.
It's not smiling. It's smirking.
Have you ever turned anyone away from the show? Like, not because they're not good for TV, but just like they won't listen to you when you start filming?
No, because that's part of the process. I'm not going to say no, we haven't turned them away. We have. But it doesn't bother me when someone doesn't listen to me because everyone thinks they've got it all figured out. They think they know until they realize they don't know anything. And so it's okay. I let them work through that process. Let them make the mistakes. Let them bump their head. Let them spend the extra money. And then they'll say, why did we do? Okay. Let's try it your way, Egypt. And that's all part of the process. But we have turned people away who have been very clear. They'll say this in their interview. I don't really want to work. I just want to make the money. Okay, thank you. Bye. Bye.
They want to love somebody else to work for them?
No, we're not going to do all your work for you if you're not. I'm only going to work as hard as you're willing to work. Because this is really me putting physical labor into these homes. Like, on a Bobcat, using a jackhammer.
You go in there and really work?
Yeah, we're in there working all day, every day. This is not my normal garb.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm in work boots.
But it's a gorgeous garb. You should be wearing it.
I can't wear
Get
it
out there
for thousands.
and be like, I'm gonna show you I could do it even with heels and a dress.
No, ma'am, that would be silly.
No. But all right, so how can anyone get in contact with you if they want to flip a house and they want to learn? Or because do you have seminars?
I do. I haven't had the opportunity to do any recently because we're filming. But if someone wants to get in touch with the show, to be casted on the show, you can go to Flipping Virgins. I want to make sure I'm saying this right, ladies. flippingvirgins.castingcrane.com. So that's CRANE.com.
Okay.
Flippingvirgins.castingcrane.com. If you want to reach out to me, hit me on Instagram.
You answer your grams?
I am. I do.
Oh, okay.
What did I say? Hit me in the DM.
Yeah, I'm going to slide in that boy. I'm going to slide in and get some advice after radio.
So that's Egypt Sherrod, SHERROD, on Instagram. Yeah.
And how's the family? It's one, two or one?
We have two together, my husband and I. So Simone, our eldest, is almost 17. When I was on the radio here, people would always hear me talking about my daughter. I was talking about my stepdaughter because I didn't have a daughter at that time. So I raised her since she was about 2. So now she's almost 17. She's got one more year of school left. And then my baby that I birthed.
Yes, and
Kendall,
you look so snatched. How old the baby again?
6.
Okay, I was saying better be snatched now.
There's no excuse.
Okay, but you were always snatched though, even from the beginning of the show, because you're very muscular. Because I'm an athletic build, so for
we
me,
are built very similar.
Yeah.
But when you're chesty, sometimes you can look heavy.
Oh yeah.
Even when you're not heavy, you can look heavy because you got all of this going on up top. But
that's why I always said you always kept it snatched because this part when I know somebody's top heavy, I chop it up to a bra and that's it. But the waist, you always kept it flat and I always saw a little curve.
So say it with me.
Yes, ma'am.
Spanx.
Oh. I thought she was going to say something prolific. Spanx. I call Dr. Burger. Say Dr. Burger for me. Say liposuction.
Okay, I hear you. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm done. Hey,
that's my
do what you gotta do.
I tried. I did the spank round. I did sit-ups. I did push-ups. I did boxing. But Spanx?
Yeah.
No.
You need a good girdle.
No, Dr. Burger.
Good tighty.
We're Dr. Burger
That's
all
it,
day. Do you ever sleep, though, with all the...
What? Yes. On the plane, in the car, on the way here. We catch up.
You take little naps. You're a power napper.
You got to take but see, I became a vegan several months ago. Are you vegan?
No, explain, because everybody's doing this vegan route. So you got to explain to this before we go.
Well, all right.
What made you want to do it?
Okay, the truth is my husband and my uncle did because I was in Tennessee filming. I came home and they said, babe, we have an announcement. We're vegan. And I looked at them because these are big, staunch meat eaters. And I said, okay, we'll see how long this lasts. 2-3 weeks later, they're still going hard and they refuse. I'm cooking. They're not eating it. They've got their own little vegan club going on where they're comparing recipes and talking about how they feel. I feel left out. My daughter's like, Mommy, we're going, I don't even think she said vegan, like Megan. And, and I was like, you want to do it? Let me sit down and watch this What the Health they watch. That's what it boiled down to.
No, okay.
They saw that documentary and decided that they wanted to go vegan. So I watched it with my daughter, and she says to me, Mommy, we can't eat the meat anymore, and we can't have cheese, and we can't. I said, you want to go vegan? she said yes too, and I can't have my husband, my uncle, and my daughter, and I'm not supporting that. So honestly, I was feeling very sluggish and lethargic anyway. It was time to make a health change. So we went in that day, cleared out our entire refrigerator, and started fresh. That was almost 8 months ago, and we've been vegan. Now, there's something called a pegan too.
What's a pea?
It's like a pescatarian,
Okay.
but you don't eat dairy.
I'll see. No.
Okay, so I'm kind of that. What I mean by that is every now and again I need some shrimp or crabs.
Okay. Okay.
Every now and again, and I can stay away from the dairy. So I'm kind of vegan, pegan.
Yeah. See, I can't. I love cheese.
Yeah.
I love milk with ice in it, and I love steak. And
So
I'm trying.
We can have a whole
no.
other conversation about what that does to your body, but we won't go there
Please,
today
no,
because
don't.
it's too much to cover.
Yeah. No, not right now. Not right now.
But here's what I say.
Yes, ma'am.
I started aging backwards
Yeah.
when I went vegan. It's true. It's eat your vegetables, drink your water, and you'll preserve your lifespan and also your health. It's true.
I see. I know. I hear that all the time. My mom's a nurse. She don't eat beef. She don't eat pork. She'll do some chicken once in a while, but she really doesn't.
The chicken's the worst.
Yeah. See, but I just had some chicken wings right now, and it tastes so good.
Oh, I was good for going around the corner getting some chicken with hot sauce, ketchup, salt, and pepper. Pick it up. But again, when you start seeing all the drugs they put into it, the toxins, and then you learn how cancer didn't exist at one point, and all of a sudden cancer's everywhere.
Yeah,
everybody's getting
everywhere
cancer,
now.
and then you start to see that in these Let me stop. We're going there.
Yeah. No. But are you
That's
like
not what we're here for, is it? I'm not trying to convert anybody.
You can convert
eat what
them.
you wanna
You can
eat.
try with
you
me,
be
but
happy. I understand life is short. This is what I do.
Yeah, no, but I like to hear everybody's story. But I mean, I'm not gonna say I will never, because I'll eat my words in 2 days, be like, oh, I did it. But it's hard.
You could try it. You could say, I'm going to have 2 days a week that I try being vegan, because any step you take is better than not taking any step at all. But again, I am not trying to convert anybody. Live your very best life, whatever that means for you.
And if that means watching Flippin' Virgin, that's the best life you could live. HGTV Monday nights.
Monday nights, 9 p.m., 8 Central.
All right, follow her on Instagram, Egypt.
Sherrod. Sherrod.
SHERROD.
You got it.
Yeah,
You sure got it, baby.
Okay, I can spell, but I can't say it worth a lick. Mi gente, it's been a pleasure having Egypt here.
as well.
Follow her. Thank you so much for listening and watching us on Facebook. Comment, share. Sharing is caring. It's huge. And let everybody know, Flipping Virgins Monday. It's brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health, Stage 17. Mwah.
Great interview.
Thanks.